Welcome to the Bubby Brister Fantasy Football Podcast presented by Mountain Dew Baja Blast. Bubby is not here this week. He is in the hospital.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! What happened to Bubby, man?
He took too much Tylenol. He's reportedly down and out. I mean, thoughts and prayers go out to Bubby.
Shit, that's terrible. Hope it doesn't have any long-term effects on them with that Tylenol.
Yeah, so we'll just dive right into the recaps this week. No time for games. I'm Billy. I'm here with Nick. We are going to the scoreboard. I'm first, as always. Maybe I'll switch that up sometime. But yeah, Smash Hawk laid down in the middle of the road for me. I had a big week, 162, but I mean, when your opponent scores 71 by halftime, you don't even got to sweat.
Yeah, that was kind of unexpected because it's supposed to be a closer matchup, and then things didn't work out too well for Smash Hawk at all.
No, he got single digits from everybody except for Bijan Robinson, who got 72 yards, and Trey McBride finally scored a touchdown. Our long national nightmare is over.
Yeah, the nightmare of Trey McBride not able to get in the end zone. Kyler Murray, I'm looking at you, bud. But he had. I remember I texted Billy in the middle of the week and I said drafting Calvin Ridley is like hell because he only had one catch for 27 yards, but he has 7 targets. So you're like, you have to start him. He has 7 targets.
Yeah, he's been disappointing from the get-go in his career. Like he's a big, tall, lanky receiver who moves really well. He just is who he is at this point. One catch, 27 yards, 3 points. That's not good. He took him 53rd overall.
And I mean, it should be good value. He's the number one wide receiver on a team that should work. I mean, it has to be Bill Callahan maybe because Callahan, but I can't put it on him because Calvin was a problem wide receiver in Jacksonville. He couldn't catch the ball in Jacksonville.
Yeah. Keon Coleman, who he drafted at 109, is essentially, in my eyes, if I were Smash Hawk, I would look at Coleman as my wide receiver too behind McMillan. I would just play Ridley at the flex basically, or try and bench him when I could. I think the story of the week for Smash Hawk is Cam Scadaboo's 28 points, 60 yards, and a touchdown on the bench. Like you
But
can
yeah,
feel good putting him in your lineup going forward, especially with Tracy's
yeah,
injury.
Tracy's hurt. He's gonna be out for these 4 weeks at least. Other than Singletary, might eat a little bit of runs here and there, but I'm just scared. I don't want Scatterboo to get hurt either. He's not a big guy.
He should get a benefit in quarterback play too, with Jackson Dart being the starter. He can't be worse than Russell Wilson.
He can be, but anything's possible in the Big Apple. Um, Michael Penix 5 points is tough
Yeah, 2 picks.
against Carolina's defense at that.
Yeah, he was filling in for Jane Daniels, and wow, just a bad game. And then the last thing I have for Smash Hawk here is RJ Harvey only got 2 carries from the Broncos this week. J.K. Dobbins has stolen his family.
Which is crazy because I guess Pate likes the I don't know because Harvey showed something in preseason, so I thought he would be more in line to like use him, the young guy. But I mean, JK is showing that burst, I guess, and Sean is riding the hot hand.
Yeah, RJ Harvey is just a colossal bust right now. All the rookie running backs are bad. We'll see what Scottaboo does with his opportunity. But yeah, the rest are not doing very well. So to me, I had double digits from everybody except for my kicker, Tyler Loop, the Ravens kicker on Monday night. Lamar Jackson with another 37 points, 3 touchdowns. Kenneth Walker, another good game. The Seahawks went up huge on the Saints. It was like 14-0 5 minutes into the game. I had their head coach as well. That was an easy win.
Easy dub. Explain some of your running back here, JCM here for Washington,
I'm glad you asked.
please.
So I'm mildly concerned. The good news is that the Commanders' backfield had a combined 201 rushing yards. The bad news is this is one of the worst running back by committees you will ever see. I'm not entirely surprised by this, just by knowing the Commanders pretty well. They want to work Krosky Merritt in slowly, which makes sense. He played 1 game in college last year. So, I mean, Chris Rodriguez got 11 carries. Krosky Merritt had 8 carries. Jeremy McNichols had a 71-yard touchdown run. Mariota was running the ball, so you can damn well be sure Jaden Daniels is going to be running the ball when he comes back. And they give Debo about 5 carries per game. So
Yeah, that's us. A guy didn't want to carry the ball at all in San Fran. Magically running the ball in Washington.
they did give Krosky Merritt a goal line carry that he punched in after McLaurin's big catch, but McLaurin is injured. I'm pretty sure he's not going to play this week. That led me to make a trade. I traded Pacheco for Stephon Diggs. I guess we can talk about that next week. But yeah, Ricky Pearsall, another big game, 8 catches, 117 yards. Brenton Strange, of all people, 12 points. I didn't know what to expect from him. I like him. He's my guy now.
Brandon Strange stonks is way up for him, and he's been really showing improving. They a good rapport with the Prince, so we'll see where that goes with that. And St. Brown, yeah, been in his flex position, which is interesting. 7 for 77 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, he's my flex because he played Monday night, so he's my last player to lock. In case something ever happens, you want that flexible spot to remain flexible. So, you know, really doesn't have anything to do with like being in my doghouse. He just last one to lock, so he goes in the flex spot.
That's fair. That's fair. But Pearsall, you have a gamer with Pearsall. Nice little PPR monster there, 8 for 117. Nothing flashy, but effective.
Yeah, he's living up to his end of the bargain. Kareem Hunt. I mean, him and Pacheco are getting the same amount of work. I already had Krosky Mare and Rodriguez on my team. I didn't need 2 sets of like bad handcuffs. So that's basically why I traded Pacheco and to try and replace McLaurin because that's going to be a big hole.
Yeah, I mean it's having the Chiefs running back room is tough because it's tough sledding right now. But yeah,
I'd rather have Hunt because he catches more balls than Pacheco and he's getting the goal line work. So
which is
give me
crazy
Hunt.
because Pacheco used to catch passes when he first got in the league
Yeah, I don't know what's up with him.
because he was a wide receiver that transitioned to running back. That's what kind of it's weird.
Yeah, he's not good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Blowout. I love it. Next game, Mile High Salute versus Tampa Bay Punishers. Brandon was 0-2. He needed a win here and he got it.
Yes. You got in nice decisive fashion here. Um, Nice game there by Cook again for the Bills, coming through, just running over bad teams. Um, Cortland Sutton arrived this year finally. A little late to training camp, late to preseason, late to the first weeks. He showed up to give you 6 for 118, a touchdown.
Yeah, sneaky stack next to Sutton paid off. 6 catches, 118. Dalton Kincaid had 5 catches, 66 yards and a touchdown, 17 points. He is the number 5 ranked tight end. That's pretty good.
That's
He was
interesting.
drafted 111th. Cooper Cup, what do you think? Just poop town? You think he's done?
It's hard to tell because in that Seattle offense is usually all running and very little passing with Sam Darnold, so he's not going to get the targets like he did in with the Rams.
That's true. They went up so big so early, they didn't even really need to throw the ball.
Right, and he's older, he's a vet, so they probably played him less. He got less reps. So on the bench though, he does have Jordan Addison coming back now, so he can be able to throw Jordan Addison in Cooper Cup's place later.
Yep, yep. He still has the saddest bench in the league, though. He picked up Joe Burrow, so we'll see how long he can sneak him through his IR spot. Tampa Bay lineups top heavy. Mayfield 22 points. Derrick Henry 14 points. He keeps fumbling the ball though, but it's not like they're going to take carries from him. So
Really, I wasn't concerned about the fumble. I was concerned about the crash out. He's on the bench like losing it, almost a temper tantrum. He has this weird big piercing thing on his nose. I'm like, is he a softie? I did not know this man is soft as he is. Like, this is what is happening.
yeah, something to watch for, I guess.
Jordan Mason comes through once again, very consistent.
Yeah, Aaron Jones stonks are way down if Mason's going to run like this.
Yeah, he's been absolutely taking it over. But then, like you said, very top heavy. You start looking down the lot. Drake London, uh, Penix wasn't good, so Drake London's definitely not gonna be good. But he's the best of what they had. Five. He had half of what his throwing was, pretty much. Um, Wendell Robinson came back down to earth for 1 for 26.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. I know some people were buying Wandale stocks after that week 2, and I was like, "Come on, man. That was obviously a fluky game."
It's like that was like he's way back down to earth. Sam Laporta 4 for 33. He has J.K. Dobbins, so 83 yards and touchdown. That's solid. Can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, he got 12 touches compared to Harvey's 2, so that is a clear difference that J.K. Dobbins will be the guy at least, through the first half of the season, I'd say.
And if we want to be the people that we always are, he had a road to winning. The road to winning was he had Packers head coach, which, you know, Packers should have won that game, but they were definitely an upset alert against the Browns. The Browns defense punches people in the face, so they lost. That was -10. If he had a winning coach, I'd have been +10. So it would have been a 20-point swing for him. It would have went to 127.
I don't blame him for playing Laporta over Hunter Henry. Hunter Henry obviously had a career game, but Jalen Waddle behind Robinson is what you're looking for here. So 127 with the winning head coach. Jalen Waddle's 11-point difference over Robinson. That's 138. We would have had a tie, and then he would have beat Brandon's shitty bench.
Off the bench, right? Just purely off bench. Hunter Henry would have came through on the bench.
It's a twisty turn for that path to victory, but it was possible.
It's
So
possible, yeah. Because his bench in a fun world, if they had a tie and they went to bench, his bench scores 0 points with -7, +5, and +2 makes it 0.
yeah, Brandon's bench is just
0 points. That's crazy.
yeah. It looks like it should be illegal.
You have 0 points. You got a full bench, and it's like 0. Damn.
But yeah, both teams are 1-2. Brandon was too good to be 0-2, so big win for him. Next game, Dead Money. He was 0-2 also versus Renegades of Funk, who also 0-2. One of them had to win. Something had to break. What do you see?
Well, we're gonna look at we'll always do Dave second, so we'll do Dave first. As the winning team, props to Dave getting on the board with the win here. Um, First of all, his he's always had a love for Williams with the Bears, so Williams finally pulled through for him for 40 points. That's the big thing, career high. That got him over the hump. Because I think if anything else, if you say anything else, for Williams to hit 40, that got him the win, for real. Um, Hampton had a big game too after what's his name? He went down. Yeah, Najee went down. So yeah, 30. And if Hampton's going to be like getting 30 with the catches and the yards like that, he might be a poor man's what's the Saints running back name?
Kamara.
Yeah, poor man Kamara, just getting points, doing it all.
Yeah, if Hampton can do this and Garrett Wilson keeps doing this, he's done it 2 of 3 weeks now. If Jamar Chase can get to, his floor, Dave might not be as bad off as we thought last week, but, it's a lot of ifs in there. Tony Pollard, another good week, 19 points. That is double-digit points all 3 weeks, 13, 17, and 19. He finally got a touchdown as well.
Garrett Wilson stonks is weird because Garrett Wilson had a good game this week, but again, he went against Tampa. Everybody scored catches on Tampa. Because the previous week he had 9 points. So you have to ride the roller coaster of Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, 10 catches on 13 targets. So Tyrod was definitely looking for him.
Looking at
So
him,
that
not even
might be
100 yards. Yeah.
yeah. So Fields should be back, if not this week, at least next week. And then Travis Kelce, when we did our draft show, I said I know what I signed up for. I would still be disappointed by this. This is bad. 26 yards on 4
Yeah.
catches.
Yeah. He's dropping passes. So that's what makes it even worse. Like he doesn't drop stuff like that. Um, but yeah,
But
I
that
mean,
that trade we made, like, it's basically a whole lot of nothing. Is he got a starting tight end out of it? I got running back depth out of it. But other than that, like, both guys have underwhelmed so far, and Krosky, Merritt, and Kelsey.
he drafted Travis Hunter pretty high, and Travis Hunter 3 points again. This I don't know. I mean, I wasn't a believer at draft. I'm still not one.
No, I don't know why you draft him. He's classic. Like, he'll be a good reality player for the Jacksonville, even if he's not. But there's no way he can succeed in fantasy playing both sides of the ball. There's just no way. He's not going to get enough routes because they're going to, exhaust him on defense as well.
Absolutely correct. With the Renegades, Dave, Jonathan Taylor, man, offensive player of the year candidate right now. Absolute. monster. He's 102 yards, 3 touchdowns. Wow. I mean that made up the bulk of his like. If he didn't have that, his score would have been a lot uglier.
Yeah, that's a good point. And then he has just the worst quarterback situation in the league so far. Trevor Lawrence only got him 10 points. He has played 3 different quarterbacks in 3 different weeks.
My team
Um,
has the worst quarterback situation. We'll talk more when I get to me.
Let me see his total quarterback points. Yeah, you and Dave are definitely in the same boat. Dave played Bryce Young in week 1. He then
Okay.
played Justin Fields last week, who left with an injury, and then he got
Yep.
10 points from Lawrence in this game. So for the season so far, he has 28 combined points in 3 weeks from his quarterback position. Like, that's why he's 0-3.
Yeah, that's not good.
Brian Thomas has been a disaster. He's a 55th ranked receiver. He was drafted 16th.
And he was a top 5 receiver last year. He dropping a lot of passes, and it should be a T Law Brian Thomas connection. It's not happening. Um, DeAndre Swift though is very consistent. I like what DeAndre Swift's giving this year.
He has a Q next to his name, so he has a hip injury.
So something to pay attention to.
Yeah, but yeah, 14 points is very good.
And his bench has a lot of possibilities. So with George Pickens now being the number 1 in Dallas for the next couple of weeks, with um, forgot his name, um,
CD Lamb.
CeeDee Lamb. Yep, CeeDee's gonna be out for a bit. So George Pickens has to be number 1 wide receiver. Dak has to throw to him, and George Pickens has to do something. You know, what's it? They have the running back Tutton. He's the backup running back for Etienne, so he has insurance um, for Etienne. So that's nice to have.
He's doing very well as well.
And was it B Corum? He's the backup for Kenneth for Williams on the
Yeah,
Rams.
yeah, Kyron Williams. Yeah, Blake Corum. If he gets work, he's gonna do something. I think.
Right, and he's like Williams should get worn out eventually because he's been just a workhorse for the last 3 years. So something's got to give.
The last 2 weeks, Corum has 13 carries for 97 yards.
So it's slowly increasing.
Yeah. Brock Purdy, he picked him up. You were trying to sneak him through waivers?
Yeah, I was trying to get him back. I was trying to do something because I had to make some moves and I couldn't cut the people I had, and I couldn't have 3 quarterbacks on my team. So yeah, it happens.
I had a claim in on Purdy as well. I was going to place him on IR if I could.
But he had the worst team in the league, so of course he's gonna get him. So what can he do?
Yeah. Hey, he needs all quarterback help. That he's picking up a guy who isn't even playing.
Right. You know what I mean? So
Next up is this is you, Buck. What you think versus Hook'em?
okay.
Both teams were 1-1. You lost by 25 points here, 135 to 110. What happened?
Let's see. A breakdown here. First of all, Falcons getting smashed by the Carolina Panthers. Yeah, that's a 20-point swing right there by itself. You know what I mean? So Mbuka had a nice week, continuing to have a very nice rookie season.
He made a phenomenal catch in that final drive that was ruled incomplete, but it was a good catch. I don't know why it wasn't overturned.
It's ridiculous.
That guy's awesome. I am a fan now. Like he came in ready-made too. What a great pick by the Bucks.
Yes, James Conner's done. IR, he's done for the season essentially. Foot injury. Yep. So that's the thing. So I had 8 points from James Conner. That sucks. Browning was not good. I should have been a little bit smarter picking the matchup against Minnesota. Minnesota's defense is the truth this year with Flores really going at really commanding the group. But officially stating Jerry Judy stonks way down. Can't trust the Browns quarterbacks right now. He has no quarterback, so he's just not catching the ball like he should. The talent's there, but he's not getting enough looks to warrant me starting him.
He has 10 catches on 23 targets.
Yeah,
that's not good.
Yeah, and them targets are sometimes you see targets and you're like, oh, this guy's not catching the ball. And some targets are like they're targets he threw the ball his direction. It was uncatchable. It's uncatchable balls. It's a target of uncatchable balls.
So Connor, real quick, like this is why I didn't want him at draft time. Yeah, he He's out, but you already had the hottest waiver claim on your bench, so good job having Trey Benson ready to go. That has to be somewhat of a relief. Otherwise, you're chasing your tail trying to replace.
I drafted Benson,
Right?
so
Yeah,
I
great
I,
job.
I drafted him. I was like, you. I don't trust him, but I trust that maybe Benson will play. And Benson can catch the ball in the backfield, so he might have top 10 running back possibility in the season if he stays healthy.
But yeah, if we were in a fab league, a free agent acquisition budget league where you bid on free agents every week, people would have blown their load for Trey Benson this week, and you already had him. He is up 19% in roster additions on ESPN.
You know what I mean? But I didn't start Stroud. Stroud is, I don't know. This week coming up, they go against Texans, not Titans this week. If Stroud can't give me 3 touchdowns this week, Stroud's cut. He will not. Or next week when we talk, I'll be saying that Stroud's no longer on the team.
Do you still have Jake Browning?
Jake Brownie, I released him.
He'll be there when you want to get him back, probably.
He'll be there if I want him. I got Gino back. I brought Gino on the team again. Um, Gino is I call Gino. He's the West Coast Jameis Winston.
I did the math. So what I said Demoss had 48 points in his 3 weeks
Yes.
of quarterback play. You have 54.
So yes, not much better.
Nope. Spawn, second win in a row. Drake May, he's looking like the real deal, possibly. He's the 4th ranked quarterback, according to our scoring. Josh Jacobs, he had 18 points, but he only had 30 yards on 16 carries. His 11-game rushing touchdown streak snapped, so that is a sneaky 18 points.
That's a very sneaky. That is a lot of short catches because the Browns defense is for real.
Yep, 5 catches. Chuba Hubbard, 15 points. He's pretty solid, 13th ranked running back.
Not bad.
Malik Neighbors got Russell Wilson. We'll see if he can get back in the, top scoring receiver conversation with Jackson Dart.
Neighbors on a pure milk carton this past week. It's just he could not get to him. It was terrible.
Smith and Jigba, another huge game, 5 catches, 96 yards, a touchdown, and that's playing with a huge lead the whole day.
Mr. Consistency, Smith and Jigma.
Yeah, he might be the breakout player of the year so far. He's a 4th ranked receiver.
Just consistent, man. Like he's not going to give you. He's doing this. I want to call him. He's my blue collar worker. He's a blue collar guy. He put on his hard hat and he gives you a nice 20 points. It ain't gonna be 40 points. It ain't gonna be 35 points. It ain't gonna be no flashy catches. It's gonna be a bunch of like, hey, I got 8 catches, 9 catches. You know what I mean? And I got you 96 yards, 110 yards, a touchdown here and there. He's not a red zone guy, really. He's kind of small, but he's consistent. Chain mover.
Javonte Williams, another nice game.
Yep, he fumbled though. That guy, the ball got ripped right out of his arms.
He had 5 catches for 16 yards, but then he had 76 more rushing yards on 10 carries. He averaged 7.6 yards per carry.
True. He had yeah. Go ahead.
Spawn has Spencer Schrader as his kicker. He's a number 1 ranked kicker. He's owned in 40% of leagues. That's a plus 36 over last week. So people are catching on.
Well, the Colts are winning and they're scoring a lot of points. They're the highest scoring team in the league.
Yeah, nobody knew who this guy was, 3 weeks ago. Now he's the number 1 kicker. But when you have the number 1 kicker in your team, like you can just set it and forget it with your kicker. That's huge.
Yeah. Your kicker's giving you 10 points instantly, you're good. Yeah, I mean, that's why I've been impressed with like Dicker the kicker. I've been pretty good with them,
Yeah, 12 points from
consistent.
him.
He's been consistent for him. He has bench. He has Shakir, 14 points. The things about the Bills wide receivers is like if the Bills are playing a scrub team, wide receivers are not going to get a lot of work because they're going to run the ball and a lot of tight end sets, and you're just going to Josh Allen down the field. But if they're playing a good team that Josh Allen goes Superman and throw the ball with, then these guys' stats go way up.
Yeah, full disclosure, I was offered a Bills receiver in a trade this week, and that's why I didn't take it. It was a receiver I like, but yeah, the Bills' passing game can disappear when they wanted to when they're playing with a lead. That they're not afraid to just put the ball in their pocket.
Absolutely.
Jacoby Myers, 3 catches, 63 yards. Trey Tucker had the game of his life on Sunday on the waiver wire, 180 yards and 3 touchdowns. So we'll see. Myers was unhappy in camp. We'll see if maybe Trey Tucker is working his way into the number one receiver spot with the Raiders. They have a whole
Um,
new regime. It's not uncommon for things like that to happen when no new coaches and new quarterbacks get involved.
True story. I had a conversation with the Buck What You Think GM, and they acquired Trey Tucker off waivers. So there's a strong chance you'll see him starting this week to see what he got.
Okay, yeah, we'll see what happens next week with that. On to the next one. This is Team Jordan from now on.
You hate that name so bad.
Yeah, I'd change it if I was feeling my oats. I'd go in through the LM settings and change his team name. Team Jordan versus the New Day Co-op. Team Jordan is 3-0, the only 3-0 team in the league. He wins 119 to 104. He did not play a defense. He must have benched.
He sat his Giants. He had the Giants defense and sat him. Like, I don't understand how Giants defense is even pickable. So that's one. But the idea that he had him on the team and then he did it just to the disrespect New Day Co-op. That's all I can think of.
Well, no, he did it because say they lose 20 points or whatever, then he loses games. So he's just playing it safe. But I didn't know that going in, so it caught my eye when I opened the scoreboard. But yeah, winning head coach with the Commanders. Pat Mahomes is a problem. Only 19 points.
She right comeback, it's a problem. And it's hard for him to lean on Jordan Love because Jordan Love is wishy-washy.
Yeah, he only had 15 on his bench. He left Devontae Smith on his bench, who got 20 to play Matthew Golden. That is not a good decision.
In fairness, Devontae Smith has been giving you before that. He gave you a total of 13 fantasy points.
Okay, yeah, he had 8 catches, 60 yards, and a touchdown here. It's his best game of the
previous
season.
game. He had 9 targets for 7 receptions. So it's not. They've been passing him the ball.
The Warren boys combined for 24 points again between his tight end and flex spot.
True.
And Puka Nacua, 11 catches, 112 yards. He is the number 1 ranked receiver. He was drafted 9th overall. So Nacua is easily one of the best first-round picks of the first 3 weeks of the season.
I mean, you're talking about he has a healthy quarterback. Devontae Adams helps him a lot because you can't double Puka, so you have to respect Devontae Adams. So Puka's eating.
And they run the ball well, so you can't just put everybody back to cover. Yeah, good win for Jordan, not a flashy one. Achane and Kamara, 19 and 12 points respectively. That's good from your running back spots.
Solid, yeah.
Kyren Williams on Slade's side, 26 points. So he might have won this game if he hadn't lost CeeDee Lamb due to injury. No catches, no yards.
Yeah, man. That sucks. CeeDee's gonna be out for 4 weeks at the minimum. Ankle sprain. So Zay Flowers, 2 catches for 13 yards. That's kind of shocking a bit, but it happens. Dak didn't play off too well. Chase Brown is in pumpkin mode.
Last week, Zay Flowers and CeeDee Lamb combined for 34 points. They combined for 3 this week. And yeah, Chase Brown, I'm extremely concerned if I'm him. 3 yards. It can't be that bad, though. He has to be better going forward. There has to be a middle ground of how far he's going to fall without Burrow.
He had 10 attempts for 3 yards. 10.
Yeah, I don't know.
And on top of that, dude, come on, man. Because for Chase Brown to give you 9 points, and those 9 points are mainly because he had 5 targets for 4 catches for 17 yards.
Dak 20 points from his quarterback spot. We'll see how far he falls without CeeDee Lamb. Kyle Pitts, he should be in jail. He only had 7 points.
Kyle Pitts is who we know he is. That's what it is. Okay.
What a disaster.
Rome Oduje, that number is kind of it's not telling the whole story because that was he was wide open on a touchdown, a long touchdown, Before that, he had very little yards.
He has 4 touchdowns in 3 weeks. Yeah, he's looking very good. He's the 3rd ranked receiver, but yeah, we're at this point now with, like, which Bears offense is gonna show up? Are they ready to take on this Ben Johnson identity, or do they still have a lot more work to do?
Right. Rico Dowles though might end up. He's still getting some valuable work at rushing for the Panthers.
I noticed that too, but I don't know how much of that is because they were beating the Falcons 30 to nothing,
Yeah,
yeah, which was
yeah,
a
that could be a
shocker.
thing. That's true.
Anything else here for you?
Not really. It's a shame. I think Newt Day would have won that game for real if they didn't lose CD Lamb. So sometimes you need some luck, and I guess the luck shined on Jordan's life there. Just yeah,
Yeah, 2-0, both teams, something had to give. Next one, Lionheart versus Charlie Browntown. This is the game of the week. 5-point difference. Lionheart wins by 5 points. Brindle has now won 2 in a row. Jones has now lost 2 in a row. Jalen Hurts, 40 points. McCaffrey, 29 points. He's been very good. David Montgomery, wow.
exploded. He exploded on a long run late in the game that definitely put him over. He was on his way to lose to Charlie Browntown, and that's the deciding factor.
Yeah, he had 27 points coming into the game, which is pretty good. Then he got 33 in this one.
Yeah. So that's incredible there. Concerning Marvin Harrison Jr. Concern.
Lots of concerns here. So Harrison, 7 points. Jamison Williams, 6 points. Bowers, 9 points. Ramonde Stevenson lost 2 fumbles. He might be full doghouse now at 3
Full
points.
on doghouse. He might have to do Quinn Johnson at flex because I wouldn't even trust Stevenson to get carries next game.
Yeah, that is a wait and see scenario.
Like Stevenson will stay on team just because they need a healthy running back. But man, if you aren't third string running back in my house, boy, I swear, he fumbled on the 1 yard line. This is no.
I think that's why he wanted Pacheco for Diggs, because he knew Stevenson stonks might be through the floor.
Yeah, but I mean that's Quinn Johnson, Quinn Johnson's been pretty solid right now. Eating a lot of the Lad McContley stocks, you know. So you gotta be careful with that there. If you're a Lad McContley, which leads to the opposite side, Charlie Browntown. Herbert, 21 points. Uh, Not overly flashy, but I mean he played against Denver defense. Denver is a hard team on defense there. Judkins, 22 points, 94 yards, and a touchdown against the Packers defense.
I'm glad you named Judkins because he has Ashton Giente on his team. He got 12 points on 63 yards. Giente was supposed to be the number 1 rookie running back this year.
Yep.
He might not even be the number 1 rookie running back on Jones's team because Judkins is 155 yards in 2 games so far.
Yep. I've never I told y'all at draft special we had that I didn't believe in Genty, and yeah, we're going right according to plan here. Genty is not showing it, but Judkins seems to be the truth here with the Browns running the ball effectively. If they could just have a passing game, Judkins could explode for them really. So he looks like Nick Chubb. He looks like another Nick Chubb to me.
They knew what they
Power.
wanted to do when he got healthy because they plugged him right in there. It's kind
Right.
of impressive that he hit the ground running like this. And then to
Yeah.
Herbert, Herbert is the fastest quarterback to 2,000 completions, 81 games. Do you know whose record he broke?
Completions? Shit.
It's a current player in his division.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Damn. But maybe Mahomes then, I guess.
Yeah, it's Mahomes.
Yeah. Maybe Mahomes
That's
is
still pretty
division.
impressive.
That's impressive.
Back to Quentin Johnston real quick. He is the 8th ranked receiver, and that's crazy because he went undrafted in many leagues, while McConkey went very high, and he is the 39th ranked receiver.
Yes. And Ladd though, like I said, his stonks should be eaten right now by Quentin Johnson and Keenan Allen. They're eating it up. Because Ladd McConkley is not a red zone threat. He's just not.
Yeah.
He's a chain mover, and he runs really good routes. He needs more respect than he's being given. But 441 is not for where he got drafted. It should be better than that. A vintage game by Mark Andrews here. It turned back the clock back until 2021 here.
Yeah, we owe him an apology. Yeah, great game. 6 catches, 91 yards, 2 touchdowns. And then AJ Brown, 6 catches, 109 yards, touchdown. He finally showed up this season. Basically, Jones lost this game. You could either pin it on Lad McConkey or you could pin it on Debo Samuel, who had his first dud of the season.
Debo, we're looking at you, Debo, a bit, and he could play Eagles head coach. Eagles head coach would have put him over. Um,
Yeah, that's a tough sit. Looking back.
yeah, you sat the Eagles head coach, you know, and they fought their way back for the win. So that's a tough one. You could blame that, or if you really want to blame somebody, blame Montgomery for having the game of his life against Baltimore on a Monday night. So that's that's the thing too. Um, but
One player who did everything they could was Chase McLaughlin, 5 of 6 from field goal, 2 extra points, 20 points from the kicking spot.
yeah, Buck's kicker was going off. You know what I mean? Making up for all the missed field goals he's had, and that miss was a block. So I mean, it's not even like he missed it on his own. It was a block field goal. So you know, he's Chase's was fighting for his job. Man, look, he's gonna keep it. You
Next
know,
one, Sweetness 34 versus Stealing the Wins. This was a blowout. Sweetness 34, he's 2-1, 196 points. He wins the 40 high fives this week. Poor Art
Jesus,
didn't stand a chance. I mean, 44 points from the Vikings defense. That's my player of the week. Isaiah
Jesus.
Rogers became the first player in league history to score 2 defensive touchdowns in one game. These 44 points, 10 points from 7 to 13 points allowed. 4 points from interceptions, 6 points from fumble recoveries, 4 points for sacks, 6 points for an interception return, 6 points for a fumble return, 5 forced fumbles. That's 1 point each. They even allowed less than 199 yards, 44 points. Unbelievable.
Jeez, there's nothing to say about that. That was shame on the Bengals.
Did you have a
Um,
player of the week?
I'm kind of stunned by the situation. I was gonna give it to Caleb Williams for having a career high game, man.
Okay.
I've shit on him a lot, you know what I mean? And you know, I gotta give props when he does well, and he is really showing an indictment on how bad the Dallas defense is. You know, they get rid of their best player and expect to be great, and they're absolute garbage right now. So that's terrible. But like a little bit beyond the Vikings defense here, Josh Allen gave you 32 points. Shamir Gibbs, 34 points. He started Miles Sanders at running back, which is an interesting situation to monitor.
Yeah, we told him it was dumb and it worked. Let's see how long you can get away
It
with
only
it.
worked because the defense gave 44 points. Mike Evans, he's in trouble. Mike Evans is
Yeah,
he's gonna miss at least 3 games,
that's bad.
at least three. With the hamstring thing that he had last year, so it's tough for that. DK found the end zone, 3 for 32 on a touchdown. If he didn't have that, it'd have been ugly.
He had 8 touchdowns from his position players, not even counting all the touchdowns the Vikings defense scored. So that's how you get 196 points. Josh Allen 3 touchdowns, Gibbs 2 touchdowns, Evans a touchdown, Metcalf a touchdown. Jake Ferguson had 13 catches for 82 yards. That's insane.
Virgo, man, wow. Keenan Allen again, what I was talking about earlier, 7 for 65, really good. Um, you know, even Buckner, he had 11 points, so can't go wrong with that. Um,
So Ferguson might get those targets that Lamb is going to miss out on.
right, Ferguson should get it, or they have 2 other guys too. So we'll see how that works. Or they might go to like their pass. They might go to a passing back. It might go to Jameson. No, Williams. It might go to Williams. So it'd be interesting. They have to change their offense around though, because without no CD, their offense is different. They've never ran a CD-less Cowboy team.
Aaron Rodgers for Art's team. He broke a tie with Brett Favre for 4th place on the all-time touchdown list. He is now 29 touchdowns behind Peyton Manning for 3rd place. He also passed Phillip Rivers for 6th place on the all-time yardage list. But yeah, he had double digits from everybody, but like no breakout performers this week.
Yeah, there's no 20 points. So you have to, you know, when he's getting 30, 30, 44, 21, you can't, you're not going 15, 15, 15. You know, T. Henderson, new bell cow and New England, hopefully. Um, Justin Jefferson, he's in purgatory. He has Carson Wentz throwing on the ball now. It's tough time. It's tough time for Jettis, you know. Um, We'll see. Tyreek Hill. I had a guy in the league try to trade me Tyreek Hill for Rasheed Rice. I'm like, man, if you got my face.
Well, that
Um,
shows how far Hill has fallen in that guy's eyes too. You
right.
know.
I'm like, you don't get out of here. Yeah, trade you for a person that won't play for another 3 weeks.
Yeah. Wow.
I need this guy. Get rid of this guy. Like it's not good. Uh, J-
Olave 10 catches for 57 yards. It's only 5.7 yards per
catch.
catch, but 10
Right.
catches you got to be happy with.
Maybe
But
happy with that, but 15. It should be a lot more.
yeah,
Thing the
he had listen to this. Olave 54, 54, 57. His yardage totals 3 weeks in a row.
yeesh, yeesh. Juwan Johnson ranked number 2 tight end though. 11.6 catches for 51 yards.
Shitty quarterbacks love their tight ends, so yeah, Johnson might have a decent season. And then he's got to get Michael Pittman in his lineup. He's been very good. 6 catches,
Yeah,
73 yards, and a
absolutely. You
touchdown.
gotta you gotta shell that out. Get him in there. Um, it'd be hard to figure out where you're gonna fit him in there because Olave's getting targets. It's hard to bench Olave after he got 10 catches. Off 14 targets. You're like,
Good point. He's very deep at receiver. I did not notice.
even that'd be a good time right now. Maybe to sell now, sell Jettis, sell you could sell Jettis, whatever, and upgrade your running back position somewhere.
Yeah, you see Jefferson in a trade, like you're hitting accept before you even think about what you've done.
Right. You're like, I have to have him just to have him. You know what I mean? And you don't realize like, hey, he get a pretty good mid tier, upper mid tier running back.
RB2, yeah, like a good RB, solid RB2. Yeah, like you might lose a trade on paper and in other people's eyes, but you like I don't know, Henderson's wishy washy right now. We'll see
Right.
how far in the doghouse Stevenson really is.
The Jets right now, their offense is wishy washy with Tyrod. It's not going to work. They're going to load the box because Tyrod doesn't throw longer than 15 yards. So you was do with that. You know what I mean? And his bench is Rashad White, Shaheed. You know what I mean? Najee Harris is done for the season, so I don't know. He's Najee Harris is gone.
I
Um,
was very curious to see what he was going to do, and apparently it's nothing. But
has
yeah,
he
he
not?
seemed like a
Has
good
he?
fit on that Chargers team.
Right. He did seem like a good fit. It just didn't work out for him at all. Um, it's interesting because I wonder, just looking at it, did he? Looking at his team now, he didn't. Yeah, his he still has Najee on his team, so I guess he hasn't cut him yet. He's hoping and praying for something to happen here. His team looks very much the same as it did last week, so he made no moves. It's what it is.
Okay, yeah, to the standings real quick. Slade was in first place in weeks 1 and 2, but he with that loss to Jordan, he fell from first to fifth place, and then Freeman jumped up from 14th to 10th place with his first win of the season. 6 of the 14 teams are 1 and 2. 6 of the 14 teams are 2 and 1. And then we have Renegades of Funk at 0 and 3, and his brother at the top at 3 and 0. So it's like a Demoss sandwich with Demoss
Yeah,
on top and
yeah,
Demoss on the bottom.
absolute Demoss sandwich.
That's the episode name.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do the Hall of Famer and get out of here. It's my week. Last week we inducted Curtis Martin, so I got another running back here for us. But it's a sad one. It's a melancholy Hall of Fame induction this week to former Bengals legend Rudy Johnson.
Oh yes, yeah,
Passed
yeah.
away at the age of 45 this week. The details do not matter. He is a Petersburg, Virginia native. He was the 100th overall pick out of Auburn in the 4th round of the 2001 draft. He backed up Corey Dillon his first 2 years. Cincinnati liked him so much that they would later trade Corey Dillon. So 7 years with the Bengals, 1 with the Lions. He's a 2004 Pro Bowler, a second-team All-American, an SEC Player of the Year, 5,979 career rushing yards, another 676 receiving yards. So that put him over 6,000 all-purpose yards, 51 career touchdowns. His bruising running style earned him the nickname the Auburn Rambler. And then his legal first name was Baruti, which means cool. And I think he's cool enough for our Fantasy Football Hall of Fame.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I remember Rudy. He played with the team with the Ocho Cinco and all that. He was a running back for a hot minute.
That 2005 season was the Bengals' year to make a run, and Kimo Van Olhoffen fell on Palmer in like the first drive of the game, and Palmer shredded his leg. But for 3
Oh,
years, if you look
oh,
at Rudy Johnson from '04, '05, and '06, this dude balled out. He had 36 touchdowns in those 3 years.
oh, that's good. Oh yeah, he averaged well over 10 touchdowns a year.
Yeah. So I guess that's it for us this week. You got the Hall of Famer next week, and
Yep.
yeah. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Yeah, guys, y'all have a great week.